Well, good afternoon. It's a great pleasure to be able to introduce and welcome our new head baseball coach, Steve Rodriguez, along with his wife, Kim, and daughter, Julia, and son, Nolan, to the Baylor Athletics family. Coach Rodriguez is somebody who has built an outstanding reputation as a leader and a coach during his career, and really dating back to his playing days. Very successful playing career at Pepperdine, ultimately leading his team to a national championship. He went on to play professional baseball, making it to the major leagues, and played for both Boston and Detroit. And then he transitioned into coaching and had a great career as assistant and then the head coach at Pepperdine, and was also invited to be part of the Team USA coaching staff. So a very accomplished individual in all aspects of his life, and really one of the things that impresses most was his character. Just an individual who's a great Christian man, husband, father, and will be a wonderful ambassador for Baylor Athletics and our baseball program. I want to read a statement from Steve Potts, the athletic director at Pepperdine, who made the following comments at the time of Coach Rodriguez's appointment at Baylor. Dr. Potts said, "Steve Rodriguez is one of the finest men I know. I admire him as a husband, father, and yes, as an outstanding baseball coach. His strong Christian faith guides him in each of those roles. Steve served and represented our institution with great dignity, integrity, and class. He made significant contributions to the Pepperdine program as a player, assistant coach, and head coach. I want to thank him for his commitment, dedication, and for the way he impacted the lives of so many young men. I know God will richly bless Steve, Kim, Julia, and Nolan as they embark on this new adventure, and I wish them great success and happiness for this wonderful family." I don't know that I can add a whole lot more to what Dr. Potts said, but it certainly speaks very highly to our new head baseball coach. As some of you may already have recognized, he's created quite a bit of buzz on social media. And evidently he has some very famous friends. So we're looking to welcome them to Baylor Ballpark, and certainly excited about all the great relationships that he's built over time. But with that, I would ask that you please join me as we give a warm Baylor welcome to our new head baseball coach, Steve Rodriguez.
We okay here? Hey, just so you know, I have a rule, just like I do with my players. If one of these starts ringing, it's all mine. I just want to thank you guys. I know there was some very funny comments on social media in regards to Malibu to Waco. And the biggest description I can give is, Malibu is an amazing place, great institution, and it has been an amazing opportunity and lifestyle for my family. I brought my daughter here in October to come see Baylor University. Luckily, we were very blessed to know Judge Starr when we were at Pepperdine, and we were here and we had a chance to talk to him. We were at that one football game. It was TCU, I think. It was okay. And so we were just blessed. We really were. And we came here, and from my standpoint, just like a lot of other places, I don't really get a chance to see, as a coach, anything other than the field. And so when I came here, I got to be a dad. I got to be a dad, and so I went on the tours with my daughter, and I got to see how she reacted to things, and the blessings that the amazing people here, they were talking to her, and they prayed for her, and in my mind, I felt very touched by it. And so when we went home, my wife goes, "Well, what'd you think?" And I go, "That's one of the most impressive places I've seen." And she kind of looked at me and she's like, "You don't say that about a lot of places." And I go, I don't. But just the faith aspect, the people, and then you see the facilities, which is a great testament to Ian. You see what the people have done here, the facilities look like, and the success that all the athletics teams are having. It's a pretty impressive place, and it was something I just could not wait to get a hold of. I really was. And it's like I was talking to some of the guys, let's get on the field. Let's get on the field. I go, this is part of it. I get it. Social media is just kind of a fun thing for me. I like to get people excited about things. Like I said, I was the shortest guy in Major League Baseball at one time. Okay, so I was hoping there may have been a little stool or a notebook or something like that around here. But to be honest, I made it because I just love playing. I love playing this game. And that's like, our players are going to see it when we get on the field. I love being out there. I'm going to be taking ground balls with them, hitting with them. We're going to do it, and we're going to do it together. And that's one of the biggest things for me, is because when you're on that field, nothing else matters. I've had some horrible tragedies on teams in regards to players and families, and I just know that everything is always the same on that baseball field. You just get to play. You get to work and you get to play, and it's one of those places where that hard work you actually get to see pay off. And I know I've talked to a couple other coaches here where the biggest part for me as a coach is when there's that aha moment, when you get to see those athletes understand it and get it, and it clicks, and then all of a sudden you see them get excited about something again. It's kind of like geometry. For anybody who remembers geometry, it didn't make sense, and all of a sudden you go, oh my gosh, I get it. And then next thing you know, you're excited about doing math again. Maybe not for some of you, I don't know. So, but I'm really blessed by, the number of people here. This is like half of Pepperdine, it looks like. But it's just the number of people here. Hopefully you're excited about coming out to watch some baseball. I know I'm going to be excited to be out there. And the funny thing is, I don't know what we have. I don't. And what's great for me is these players, they get to start from scratch with me. And so we're going to start from day one, and we're going to get going from there. Okay, thanks. All right. Yes, sir.
Nick Gonzalez, Casey, and Coach, what made Baylor so attractive?
To be honest, I came here, and it was the people. When you come here and you get a chance to meet the people, you get a chance to see them interact with the students, the student athletes. To be honest, strangers. We were walking around talking to some of the professors, and they welcomed us in, and my daughter was asked to babysit a baby pig when some of the professors would go out, and my daughter was like, oh my gosh, that's absolutely amazing. Where in Malibu you wouldn't get that. So it may be a little bit of a different animal, but those are the things for me. And then, to be honest, I didn't see the facilities other than when we played here a couple years ago. I just had a chance to see the people. I had a chance to see the campus. I had a chance to see the environment. And then when you go to the football game and you see the excitement that the student body brings and just the people bring, it was something that was really, really special to be a part of. Absolutely. Yes, sir.
Bryce Cherry, Waco Tribune Herald.
Hi, Bryce.
When we talked last week, you hadn't gotten a chance to talk to any of the players yet. Now you've gotten a little bit of that. How important is that, just to kind of get to know them? And obviously you'll learn more once you get on the field, but just that transition.
You know what's great? I get to be a dad to 35 guys. I get to be a sociologist, psychologist. You name it. I get to do it. And the biggest thing is, like I tell them, I'm going to know you better than your parents know you, because that's what's going to make me know exactly what button to push to get you to go a little bit harder. That, in my opinion, relationships with the players is one of the best things you can do in regards to a professional aspect of it, because they need to know that I'm here for them. But at the same time, I need them here for me as well. And so when we get that trust and that relationship, like I said, it's not going to be all great. It's not going to be all roses and See's candy flying around. But at the same time, it's going to be a lot of fun, because we're going to work hard and they're going to see some success. Yes, sir.
Sean Gagey, KWTX. Coach, obviously Pepperdine's not a cheap school to attend either, so the recruiting issues I know are maybe difficult with those more expensive schools. But there I know you have Malibu and the beauty of the beach. How are you going to sell recruits on Baylor and Waco?
Beauty and the Beach. There's a movie that was that. You know what? Here's the thing. Baylor's going to sell itself. It really is. The biggest thing for me is to find the kids who want to be here. I'm not going to want to convince guys to come here and play. If you don't want to be here, that's fine. You know what? There's a place for you. I want to find the guys from all over this country, from Texas, California, Oklahoma, Louisiana, whatever it is. If they want to be a Baylor Bear, then you know what? Let's do it. If they're going to be good enough to play for us and help this team win, then let's do it. The finances, you know what? Pepperdine's expensive. Baylor's expensive. We got to find the people who know exactly what that is. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to convince them to be here. When they want to be here, then they're going to be happy and they're going to play hard and they're going to play well.
Yes, sir. Jerry Hill, Baylor Bear Insider. You talked about the players starting from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
do you go back and look at film or anything to evaluate last year, or do you just, once you get out on the field, you'll take a look at what you got?
You know what? I've seen statistics. I can look at film, but it's just like in the recruiting process. I want to see it. I want to see what it looks like. I want to see what the technique looks like. I want to see what the passion looks like. You can't see a lot of those on paper. You can't see that passion and that desire on video. I can see it in person, and that's the thing is I just want to see it. I want to see it up front and personal. Just like I tell our recruiters, I don't want to talk about how great a video looks. I want to see what it looks like in person. And so a person will never step on this campus unless they've been seen by at least 4 pairs of eyes. And so that's the thing. I have to see them twice or 3 times or whatever it is, but we got to see them. We got to see them to know what it looks like. Yes, sir.
Obviously, after 3 straight losing seasons, is this going to be I'm here to win right away, or is it going to be a work in progress?
It's going to depend on the players. You know what I mean? Like, we're going to work. We're going to work, and we're going to work hard. If we win right now, great. But all I know is we are going to get better. Whether it's a little bit or a lot, that's going to determine on how fast our learning curve can be. And you know what? I want to put a little pressure on our coaches and just make sure that we're doing our job as well. Yes, sir.
John Elizona, News Channel 25. Coach, what's the kind of style of play that fans should expect to see from your team when they hit the field next year?
As you can see, I'm not a real big energy guy. No, I love energy. I love energy. Coach Strauss, who's going to be coming with me from Pepperdine, he is, as soon as he wakes up, it's like an Energizer bunny. It's unbelievable. So he's very intense, very high energy. The play we're going to have is really going to depend on our players. The best way I can describe it is a couple years ago, we had 5 guys hit 10 home runs. And so I wasn't depending on us being a big power team, but when that starts to develop, our style of play develops a little bit differently. And then sometimes we'll have guys that can really run. Well, then we're going to focus on more of a speed aspect type of game. And that's what's great for a player like me because, like I said, I wasn't very talented. Okay, I was just fortunate enough to be able to play as hard as I can and get a few lucky breaks and get to play to the big leagues. But there's all sorts of different styles of play, and I don't want to focus on one style of play because if all of a sudden something doesn't go right and I don't have the personnel, whether it's the draft or whatever it is that takes a couple players away from me, I need to know how to adapt to what we have. And so there's not going to be one specific style, but I'll tell you what, there's going to be good baseball put out there, and the energy is going to be very good.
Steve, are you officially on campus now, or is there still some transition there?
The transition is still going. I believe we're heading home tomorrow late afternoon, and then I'm planning on coming back next week. There might be one more shift, but yeah, it's just a matter of we had to come out here and to kind of get a handle on a bunch of other things. Oh, you caught it early. I didn't see it. But it's just a matter of getting back here and kind of getting started. And like I said, once I get back here, I'll be probably back here for a while.
You talked about bringing John with you from Pepperdine. Where are you in terms of building the rest of the staff?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Okay.
We're pretty close to having it solidified. It's just a matter of a couple phone calls right now.
What were your initial impressions of the gut pack?
Wow. What's funny is I was thinking, I'm going to go after the large one, and then all of a sudden Will, our facilities guy, just says, "Hey, Coach, I go after the small one." I'm like, "Come on, Will, come on, we got to go big." And all of a sudden the gentleman working behind the counter goes, "I just go small," and he's a big guy. And I was like, small it is. So I'll tell you what, though, the flavors and the jalapeno sausage deal, I'm all in. I like my food. That's why I work out, so I can eat. I just break even. I'm not trying to win. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Coach. Jeremy Stein, KWTX TV. Coach, there were some self-imposed sanctions
Yes.
while you were at Pepperdine, resulting in some forfeiture of games. Is that a cloud that follows you here, or how have you moved on from that?
I think it's a huge success for us. Simply because from my standpoint, we won and we got to a super regional with about nine scholarships. Please understand that the sanctions that came was nothing that was really done. 5 teams were affected. It was a financial aid and a compliance issue. Nothing that we actually knew what we were doing. And so our athletic director, Dr. Potts, came in and we had a head coaches meeting. He said, we had a big problem. And he said, we've committed a violation and 5 teams have been affected by it. And to be honest, none of us really knew what he was talking about. And so he told us what happened, and we were like, well, how does that affect us? And so they pretty much said, okay, you're going to have this many scholarships taken away from you for the next 4 years. And so in my mind, I was like, oh my gosh, this is like a punch in the face. But then at the same time, I told our coaches, I go, this could be our greatest moment ever. because this is the moment where we can show, like, that we have to really coach now. We have to really recruit. We have to find the kids who want to be here. Like, we're already docked 3 scholarships. So you know what? Let's find a way to make this a great moment for us. So 3 out of the 4 years, we got to the postseason. We got to the Super Regional last year. We got to the Regional Championship in the other 2 years. And you know what? And the next year, and this coming year is going to be the last year they're going to have to deal with it. So the way I look at it, it was one of the best things that's ever happened to me, just because I became a better coach, and I know Pepperdine is going to be a better place for it, just because everything has been fixed in that area. And if I was understanding that this happened here about 10, 12 years ago, and so sometimes those things happen without our knowledge, but as long as they get fixed, I think only nothing but great things can come from that.
Steve, there's only 2 months before school starts. Is it too late to recruit, to bring anything in for next year, or are you looking more down the road?
We're always recruiting. We're always going to try to get better. As long as I'm able to get a guy in, I don't know what the timelines are yet, but we are already actively looking for a couple guys. Absolutely. Yes, sir.
Coach Tim O'Donnell, Channel 25. What are your plans maybe to re-energize the fan base, bring students out to Baylor Ballpark next season?
Social media. You know what? There's already been some things that I've been kind of talking about in regards to just getting some things going for football games. You know what I mean? I mean, we have a great pathway from the parking lot all the way over there. So, you know what? Maybe we can kind of swing by the baseball field and do something. I don't know if it's food or whatever it is, because kids apparently like food. So we're going to do food or whatever it is. But I think just the biggest thing is I'm a big fan, okay, of sports. And so I will be at football, basketball. I mean, I don't even know all the sports you guys have here yet, but I'm going to be at it just because I love watching athletes. I love watching athletes compete, doing what they do well. And in my opinion, there is nothing better than watching an athlete do something really, really well, because there's not a lot of people in this world that can do that. And so I'm just a big fan. And so I want all of our guys to be able to go to those sporting events as well, to create that buzz, to let them know, hey, we're behind other sports, and so hopefully we can get those sports behind us as well. I mean, there were times at Pepperdine where I would stop practice right in the middle of it because our soccer team was playing North Carolina, and I go, hey, practice stopped right now. Let's go. We're heading up, and we're going to cheer for our waves right now. And then we'll come back and finish practice. For me, that's a big thing. Yes, sir.
Steve Cook, Sickle Sports. Have you had a chance to meet any of the other coaches yet? Get to know any of them yet?
You know what? I just met basketball. There's a lack of energy in that office. I was like, man, how do you guys do it? And then I saw the coffee they were drinking. I was like, that's it. Now I got it. I'll tell you what. I have just been blessed. I received more text messages and emails from the staff just saying, hey, when you're ready, I look forward to meeting you and showing you around. And for me, that is such a warm and healthy feeling because, like I said, it's a bit of a scare uprooting your family from 16 years in Malibu to come 1,500 miles, and then when you know that you have that kind of base, I've been invited to about 20 churches now, so that's another big thing for us is just to find a home church that we can nestle down in, and those have been amazing blessings for us. Sir.
Coach, you mentioned that, you felt welcome here, but, you went to Pepperdine, you coached there for a long time. What was it about Baylor and this opportunity that you liked that you didn't think you could achieve at Pepperdine?
I think the biggest thing is, I always talk to my wife about certain places I would love to coach. And there's maybe 2 other places that I could actually see myself doing it. And this just happened to be one of them. Like I said, I never wanted to leave Pepperdine in regards to going to find something better. I mean, it was an amazing place. And like I said, it was a blessing for our family. But I just really love the atmosphere here. The atmosphere, the facilities, the knowledge that I know our athletic department is always looking to upgrade everything. Everybody says, we got to keep up with the Joneses. I kind of like being Mr. Jones. I kind of like that. And that's a testament to Ian McCaw and the other administration here that, we're trying to be ahead of the curve instead of trying to follow the curve. And I think once these athletes, oh my gosh, if you guys haven't met our strength conditioning people, wow. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I walked out of there going, how can athletes not get better? We have a nutritionist. I mean, you name it, we got it. And so from that standpoint, I'm just like, hey, all I have to do is coach baseball, and these guys have everything they want to get better. Okay.
Three times.
Thank you very much, guys. Look forward to it.